Welcome back to the final game of the day, the third tournament of the Goalball Super League. We're into game number 4 in this hole, game number 8 of the day. We have the London Elephants against the Northern Allstars. London Elephants sound like they are very excited and ready and raring to go. We did just see the London Elephants in play in the last game in this hole, so it looks like they're electing to go with David Scott, number 7, Mark Sharkey, number 3, Josh Murphy, number 4. On the bench they do have James, Naki and Ruben on the bench. Over to the Northern All-Stars team, I'm unsure of the lineup at the moment, but they do have number 5, Lois Turner, number 6, Emma Tomorrow, Caleb Nanevi with number 8, Matt Loftus, number 9, and number 10, David Butler. So we're waiting to see what the lineup will be for the Northern All-Stars team. This is a big game for London Elephants. Currently they're sitting in 4th place in the standings. The game on the other court in the other hole will also decide who progresses into the medal games tomorrow, who progresses into the playoffs. London Elephants currently sitting in 4th. They're also hoping on Birmingham against Angel All-Stars in the other court. Currently they are two points ahead of Birmingham in 5th place, so they really need to either get a win or a draw to cement themselves into the cement their 4th place finish, moving themselves into the playoffs for tomorrow. If not, they will be playing in the 5th, 6th, 7th place pool, which will be 2 exhibition games that they will play. The lineup that we've got for the Northern All-Stars team, they've started off with a really strong, experienced starting lineup. We've got Caleb Nanevi, we've got Matt Loftus and Lois Turner on the court, ready, waiting for their Ice Age check. Matt Loftus doesn't want to play today. He's looking like he's raring to go.
I had too much dinner.
He had too much dinner. I'm on a wireless mic, so I can go where I like.
Can you go down and sit down with them?
I'll be down the. My base is down behind the other goal. So we've got on the bench of the Northern All-Stars team, we've got Peter Doyle, and the bench on the London team we have Russ Sparks and Tracy. So we're going through the Ice Age checks at the moment. We're in the last 90 seconds before the game. This is where everyone gets their excitement out, and then they start to lock in. As soon as the refs check the Ice Shades, the players are locked in and they're ready to go for this game. The energy is quite high at this beautiful sports facility we've got in Oundle. It's been an absolute pleasure to guide you guys through the games so far today at this tournament, and I will be back tomorrow with the playoff games and the 5th, 6th, 7th place games. So as the timer goes, the clock expires. It means the game time is upon us. So we are about to see a really good exhibition of goalball. 2 strong, experienced lineups. We've got lots of GB representatives here. We've got Lois Turner, the queen of the GB Ladies Centre. We've got Matt Loftus and Caleb Nanevi. Great wing players for GB men's, and also Matt does also opt into the centre as well. We've got David Scott, who's a member of the GB men's setup, and he's a fantastic goal scorer. London 2012 Paralympian of Michael Sharkey, my teammate with me on that tournament, and Josh Murphy, who's also represented his country multiple times. So we're underway. David Scott, big swooping effort, trying to beat Lois Turner, finds the back of the net, opening goal for London Elephants. Beats Lois Turner. Goalball finds the back of the net over Caleb Nanevy. Matt Loftus is over to talk to the wingers to figure out what's going on. He has the ball. He's creeping the ball from the left-hand side, moving it across to the right. Cuts that ball back across, trying to beat David Scott. Ball's dropped in on the right-hand side. Josh Murphy elects to come across, pick up the ball, takes it across to his left. Big bouncing effort, trying to beat Matt Loftus, and finds out of bounds. So currently we've got one goal to the London Elephants, 0 to the Northern Allstars. London Elephants need to lock in and make sure that they cement themselves into the playoff games for tomorrow. Caleb Nanevy, bouncing effort, finds the hip of Michael Sharkey. Ball gets knocked up but forward. Passes the ball out to the left-hand side. Bouncing effort, cutting it back across to the post, finds the post and finds itself out of bounds. Really nice opening passage play there for the London Elephants, finding themselves still one goal to the good, but Northern All-Stars, they're a team that will just work you down. Matt Loftus picks up the ball on his right-hand side, takes it across to the left. Big effort across the centre. Michael Sharkey deals with it well, passes the ball off to David Scott in the back centre. Rotating effort, really nice swooping rotating effort. Quick return there from Matt Loftus, trying to beat David Scott on his post. Blocks the ball out of bounds. Ball gets dropped in on the right with David Scott. Bouncing effort, trying to beat Caleb Nanevy, gathers it really well. He's up, he's wanting to get the ball gone, finds the legs of Michael Sharkey, ball gets blocked out of bounds. Ball's dropped in on the right. Josh Murphy comes across, picks it up on the right hand side, takes it back to his left. Rotating effort, bouncing, testing Matt Loftus, sits into his lap. Quick return effort from Matt Loftus, trying to beat Josh Murphy, gets back up, trying to beat Matt Loftus with another quick return. We've got a really nice battle within a battle of itself already in this game. Ball is dropped in on the right hand side. Really nice swooping effort from Caleb Nanevy. Finds Josh Murphy, he gathers it well. Bouncing effort, cutting it back across the centre. Finds the back of the net, the gap between Matt Loftus and Lois Turner. So the score is now 2 goals to London Elephants, 0 to the Northern All-Stars. Can the Northern All-Stars respond? Caleb Nanevy, back centre. Bouncing, finds itself out of bounds. Ball's dropped in on the right with David Scott. He takes the ball across his goal line, just behind the back centre, swoops it, trying to cut it back across Lois in the left-hand pocket of their perspective. Dealt well with hands, blocked out. Matt Loftus needs to get this ball. He's not got long left on his shot clock. Michael Sharkey, strong legs, working the ball out of bounds, blocked out. We're going to see a contrast in this game because the shots coming in with more power. They're going to go to block out rather than ball over a lot more in this game. Caleb Nanevy really trying to get the momentum and trying to get power behind his shot on a quick return. Big bouncing effort there by Josh Murphy against Matt Loftus, takes it around Lois Turner in the centre, moves over to Caleb Navy's wing, hits the pocket, really strong legs there by David Scott, and Michael Sharkey does not want to let that ball go over to a strong shooting team. Blocked out by Caleb Navy. Bouncing effort by Caleb Navy finds the legs of Michael Sharkey and the legs of David Scott, passes it out to his right wing. Rotating effort, bouncing, trying to push it to the post, finds the post. Ball stays out of the net. Caelan, if he gathers it, goes around Lois Turner, cuts it back across David Scott into the right hand wing, but pushes it out of bounds, passes the ball off to his left to Josh Murphy, takes it across to his left hand side. Straight line shot effort by Josh Murphy. He elected not to do a rotation shot. He may have felt like he didn't have enough time to get the ball out from his feet. But Matt Loftus with the ball on the right hand side. Straight across the centre, finds the hip of Michael, blocks, ball over, so Northern All-Stars will get another shot at the goal. You can hear the energy in this London Elephants team. They didn't have a 1 game gap. They were straight on after. They've had about an hour break to regroup themselves, ready to play. Really nice bouncing effort there by Caelan Levy. Big, lofting bounces, but found the out of bounds. Quick return there by Matt Loftus. High ball call by the official against the Northern All-Stars team, so Matt Loftus will have to defend the whole goal for one shot by himself. David Scott has got the whole goal for himself. The instructions coming from in there from Josh Murphy telling if it was going forward or back. There was a high ball then conceded there by David Scott, which now means that David Scott has to defend the shot, so it's an Uno reverse card played again. So now Northern All-Stars have a chance to cut that lead down to 1. Matt Loftus, straight line shot. Straight line shot. Finds the wrong side of the post. It was a beautiful straight shot. So we're still 2 goals to the London Elephants, 0 goals to the Northern All-Stars. Ball went cross to the left with Josh Murphy. Straight line shot down his left hand side. Finds Caleb Navy with an underhand cut rotation. Forces the ball over, so they get another bite at the cherry, the Northern All-Stars team. So hopefully they're looking at trying to cut this lead from 2 down to 1. Caleb's not waiting around, trying to get that ball moving as quick as possible, as he's listening out for the referee to say play, to get that ball out of his hands. David Scott on the right hand side pushes the ball out to his right wing. Caleb's hands are there, the ball gets switched across. Matt Loftus coming around the centre to try to cut it back against David Scott. We're seeing a contrasting in games and tactics from the last one. Birmingham would not shoot any shots against David Scott in the last one, but Northern All-Stars are looking at shooting against him. They're trying to tire David Scott out in this game by loading him up with shots. Really nice shooting effort there by Caleb Levy against Josh Murphy. Blocks it behind the centre. Rotating effort, bouncing against Matt Loftus. Matt gathers the ball. Quick return effort. Josh Murphy sitting into the pocket behind Michael Sharkey, blocking that ball. Rotating effort there by David Scott. Caleb is able to gather it, go around the centre, blocks the ball out of bounds. They're still keeping that ball out of the back of the net, this London Elephants team. The longer they keep Northern All-Stars out and keep them goalless, the longer the frustration kicks in for this Northern All-Stars team. We've got to remember, Northern All-Stars, they've cemented themselves in second place at the minute for tomorrow. They are through. They are currently playing for pride because they do not want to lose a game. They want to carry momentum going on into tomorrow. They are looking at London Elephants are looking to try to cause an upset of somewhat this tournament. Really held well there by Michael Sharkey. Big bouncing effort there, passed off to Josh Murphy. Kicks the ball back out. Bouncing effort against Caleb and Evie. Caleb around the centre, moving across to the right. Bouncing effort. Finds the back of the net. The scoreline is now 2 goals to the London Elephants, 1 goal to the Northern All-Stars team. They are back into the game, cut the lead down to 1, and it showed the gap that they have been trying to expose. Really nice passage of play there by Caleb Navy. Gathers the ball within his body and gets it gone quick as he can. David Scott's got the ball on his right wing. Bouncing cross-court effort. Long ball call. He got a bit excited on that one and he let the ball rise. We saw him in that last game. He locked in on penalties and stopped a couple. It's a whole different kettle of fish going against these guys. They are very accurate. So he has to be on his money on his defensive side. The ball is with Matt Loftus. The score is now 2-2. He tracked it, he just wasn't quick enough to get down to the ball. So the ball came across David Scott from his perspective onto his right wing. He wasn't quick enough to get down into the hands. Really nice block there by Lois Turner. Passes the ball off to Matt Loftus. We are all tie and all squared 2-2. And they're looking at trying to now go on top. So we've got a timeout call by the London Elephants now. So it's a chance now for London Elephants to regroup, understand, keep shots legal, don't give away penalties, don't give the other team chances to have free shots against you. The best way to defend these balls is having all 3 players on the court at one time, and they have to be conscious to make sure that they are keeping shots in a legal fashion now. Northern All-Stars, they're starting to warm up into the game. It feels like a very quick timeout. It's a very quick turnaround. You've got 45 seconds to a minute to get on court, talk to your guys, understand quick, crisp conversations with your team to figure out what you need to be doing. Ball is with Josh Murphy. Bouncing effort across Lois Turner in the centre. Dealt well with by Lois Turner. Passes the ball off to Caleb Navy. He sits on the right hand pocket. Bouncing effort against Josh Murphy, finds into his hit, ready for a quick return, trying to beat Matt Loftus. He gets up for a quick return, chooses not to. He didn't gather the ball. He's got to get the ball out of his hands now. Bouncing effort. I think he'd rather an out call than a 10 seconds or a high ball. So well dealt with there by Matt Loftus. Smart move. Ball is in back centre with David Scott. Big bouncing effort, a big smooth skippy effort, finds the feet of Lois Turner, finds out of bounds. The ball is back in now with the Northern All-Stars team, dropped in front of Caleb and Evie on the left hand wing. Ball's blocked up, but Josh Murphy is on the ball. He feels where it is. He goes back to his post, rotating effort, bouncing. Ball's dropped in on Matt Loftus' side. He's Lois Turner moves out to the left to give him the full goal. Really nice effort, cutting the ball into the court and back out, trying to beat Josh Murphy on the post. It does find the out of bounds. David Scott takes the ball across to his right post. Finds the legs of Lois Turner and blocked out of bounds. Ball is dropped in with Kellen and Evie on the left hand post. Bouncing effort against the pocket of Michael Sharkey. Ball's rolling over to a ball over. Northern All-Stars will get another attempt at this shot. Bouncing effort from Kellen and Evie. Trying to cut it back across Michael in the centre. Passing the ball out to Josh Murphy on the left hand wing. Bouncing effort against Caleb. Finds Lois's legs. Caleb deals with it, passes the ball off to Matt Loftus, coming around the centre onto the right post, shooting straight across. Shooting across the centre. Ball gets blocked up. David Scott gets around to the goal line, making sure the ball does not find the back of the net. The score stays at two goals apiece. Really nice defensive passage play there by the London Elephants. It was a scramble defence and they needed to do that and they needed to talk together. The ball is on the right hand wing with Matt Loftus. Strong, booming shot there by Matt Loftus. Finds the feet of Josh Murphy, kicks it over Michael Sharkey and finds itself out of bounds across on the right hand side with David Scott. Ball's in with David Scott. Rotating effort, finds the feet of Lois Turner. She nearly keeps the ball in play. The ball just finds itself out of bounds. So it does go out after the higher ball line. So it does find itself onto the other side as a ball over. It's in the hands of David Scott on the right hand side. Finds the feet of Lois Turner. Lois, second attempt at picking up the ball up, passes the ball off to Caleb and Anivi. Caleb gathers, understands where his players are through audio feedback from the centre, shoots it across the centre. Big bouncing effort by Josh Murphy. Gathered well there by Lois Turner, distributes it across the court to Matt Loftus, out on the right hand post. Matt follows his follow through, follows the ball, and he has that extra power onto it. Josh Murphy tries to cut spin that ball to try to beat Matt Loftus, pushes it out of bounds. Ball's going to be dropped in on the right hand side for the Northern Allstars. Caleb Nanivi is across, bouncing effort. Michael Sharkey gathers it because it's cutting across the centre, distributes it out to the right wing. Rotating, bouncing effort against Matt Loftus, so a cross court effort. Matt Loftus with a beautiful line shot, finds the post but does not find the back of the net. He was waiting to hear those two whistles blown and they just did not come up. A shot came back at him. Michael Sharkey's looking at slowing the game down. Overhand cut spin. Overhand cut spin by Michael Sharkey, catches Matt Loftus out on the tracking. That is what Michael Sharkey's known for. That is a veteran move there by Michael Sharkey. Understands the passage play, wanted to slow the game down. The score is now 3 goals to London Elephants, 2 goals to the Northern Allstars with a beautiful overhand cut spin. David Scott with a long bouncing effort to the blocked out. See, with a shot like that, then that adds confidence into the team that they can carry on and push on and play now. It was a timely goal by the London Elephants, and Michael Sharkey is a timely player. Ball's in the hands of Josh Murphy on the left-hand wing, bouncing effort, trying to beat Matt Loftus. Picks up the ball, finds back centre with Caleb Navy, takes it out to the right hand post, tries to beat the gap between David Scott and Michael Sharkey. Lets the ball go to block out. Ball's dropped in on the right hand post with David Scott. Finds his orientation. Pushes it out to the right hand post. Caleb Navy does block it. Goes around the centre of Lois Turner. Pushes it back out to the post of David Scott. Gets his whole body in front of the ball. Pushes it out of bounds to the stands. He was making no second guesses on that one. Ball's inbounds there with David Scott. Meets Michael Sharkey back centre. He wants to have a full court for attacking it. Finds Matt Loftus. Matt Loftus opted out of the quick return. He looked like he was ready. Opted to shoot the ball straight down the line. Finds the out of bounds. There's been quite a few shots now from Matt Loftus out of bounds on that line. He needs to find his orientation, find it in bounds. Josh Murphy with a big bouncing effort there. Ball's going to be dropped in on the right hand post of Matt Loftus. Lois Turner is going to enter the game with her shooting. She's been killing it in the middle with her defending. She wants to chip in with her shooting. Lois Turner is good for a couple goals in the game. Big bouncing effort there by David Scott. Tries to beat Matt Loftus. Official timeout call. So the ball will still remain in the hands of the Northern All-Stars team, because the official timeout call. We've got a medical timeout call. Matt Loftus is down with a medical timeout, so he now has some time to figure out if he can carry on playing or they need to make a medical substitution. So it's a time now that they need to figure out tactics and figure out motions. London Elephants, they're quite confident at the moment. So it looks like there will be a medical substitution. We've got 2 minutes remaining of the first half. So we have a medical substitution in play. So Matt Loftus is leaving the court of play. Players are checking everyone is okay. I think it's a cut that he can't stop the bleeding for at the moment. So we've got David Butler entering the field of play. So we've got an official timeout for a clarification. I believe they're going to be clarifying because the ball was passed out of bounds, but that wasn't called before the official timeout. So I think they're going to be clarifying where the ball needs to be and who it needs to be with. I believe because they didn't call anything before the official timeout, it should stay with the Northern All-Stars team, but they may deem that because they did pass the ball out, it will be down with the London Elephant squad. Yeah, they've deemed that the ball stays with the Northern All-Stars team on their side. Really nice cross-court effort there by Caleb Levy. Finds the arms of David Scott. Goes back centre, trying to beat Lois Turner. Unsuccessful this time. David Butler has the ball in his hands. Big bouncing effort, trying to beat Josh Murphy. Finds the feet of Josh Murphy to a block out. This is what David Butler brings to this squad. He brings long, heavy bounces. That's hard to track. It's a really nice contrast with Caleb Levy. David Butler with another rotation bounce. Overhand spin. Gets Josh Murphy, pushes the ball out of bounds. David Scott has come across to the left-hand side. They're really going to try to push the wing now against David Butler. He's a new player that's just entered the court. They know that he's not as strong as a defender as Caleb Levy, but they're also loading up an offensive threat and giving Caleb time off to just focus on his shots now. So it's a double-edged sword, but they're playing. Because David Butler can keep that ball out of the back of the net and he can throw shots. So it's a hard one to now load up a player that can be a weapon and can shoot. We'll see it now with a bouncing effort across the centre. High ball call there. So it's ill-timed high ball call there for the Northern All-Stars team when they're currently 1 goal down. David Scott has elected to take this penalty. He's back centre already. Michael's tucked himself into the goal. David Butler has elected to stay back centre. He set himself up. Stands, takes himself back. So he made the first contact of the ball from David Scott from the left-hand side, cutting the ball back across, made the first contact to block the ball, but as the ball is still active until it's deemed under control, it's found its way into the back of the net. The score is now 4 goals to the London Elephants, 2 goals to the Northern Allstars. Bouncing effort from Lois Turner, testing Michael Sharkey. Passes the ball off to the left-hand wing of Josh Murphy. Bouncing effort, Caleb Levy on the back of the goal line, making sure it stays out of the net. Comes around the centre. We've got a quick return battle here. It's hard to hear. Beats David Butler on the post. Josh Murphy gets another goal of the game. The score is now 5 goals to 2 in favour of the London Elephants. Ball's in the hand of Caleb Nanevi, bouncing it across Michael Sharkey. He's letting the ball go forward now. He's got a bit of a cushion. He's not trying to force himself. He's again now trusting his ability to block the ball. Bouncing effort. Michael Sharkey pushes the ball out of bounds. The ball's getting dropped in on the left-hand post with Josh Murphy. Takes some deep breaths, getting his breathing under control. Over rotates, sends it just out of bounds on the left-hand side. David Butler rotates, spins, tries to beat Michael Sharkey. Michael, when he's feeling his confidence, he can cover the goal from left side to right side. He can cover everyone, and those sort of shots play into his repertoire of defending. Really strong shot there by David Scott, but quick return effort by Caleb Levy finds the hip of David Scott, forces it out of bounds. You can hear Caleb Levy wanting to get that quick return, wanting to beat his national teammate. Ball's in the hands of David Scott on the right hand post. Sets himself up, rotates, bouncing effort, tries to find the back of the net. He hears 2 whistles. He signifies a goal. Josh is reminding his teammates to stay switched on. Sometimes when you're playing against your friends, playing against teammates, former teammates, you get yourself taken away. But that whistle, that beeper signifies half time. We are 6 goals to the London Elephants, 2 goals to the Northern Allstars. It is all to play for still. Currently, London Elephants are doing what they need to do to get themselves into the playoff games for tomorrow. It's all within the London Elephants' hands to keep themselves ahead and get themselves into the game.
You right there now? You're commentating here.
We're
Just been enjoying a fantastic half for Goalball there. It got really a couple of goals towards the end, have drawn the scoreline apart. But what an exciting game, eh? We having that?
It's a really exciting game so far. We've got an interesting lineup with the Northern Allstars. We're now having to make a medical substitution, bring in David Butler into the game. It's a hard game because it's a must-win for the London Elephants. Yeah. The Northern Allstars, they've cemented themselves in second place, but London Elephants don't want to let themselves depend on the other hole's result. They want to take their fate into their own hands and force themselves into the playoffs tomorrow. Currently, they're in 4th place and they will be playing against Fenland Tigers. How do you feel about that, Dan, who is a member of Fenland Tigers?
Yeah, it could be Birmingham, could be Fen Tiger, could be Birmingham, could be London. We'll take it as it comes. Not really, yeah. If we play well, I know we can do it. So it's what it is, really. Yeah, I'm excited to play. Just looking forward to it, to be honest.
We all love goalball here.
But yeah, let's just do this. Nice enough. Good stuff, my man.
So we've got that was Dan Roper of the Fenland Tigers team. One of the strongest shooters we've got in this country and also in the world. He locks himself in to all the games, make sure he is available and ready at all times. So we've got team talks going on between both squads at the moment. It's going to be two different team talks. London Elephants are going to try to stay locked in as possible into this game. The Northern All-Stars team, they're trying to figure out and see who is ready and who is ready to play. Okay, the fans do want to know, and the fans are happy to hear that Matt Loftus has stopped bleeding.
I'm still good looking as well.
He's still average looking. No, that's a really good sign to hear that Matt Loftus was able to stop the bleeding, and he should feature in this second half of play. He's one of these threats that you want to keep on the court. It looks like we've not got any substitutions at the moment. Oh no, we do have a substitution. We have a Lois Turner for an Emma tomorrow. Big Shaz and Big Tones will be happy to see. And as always, Big Debs is always happy to see his little Davy on the court. So we've got now 12 minutes to lock in. Northern All-Stars are locking in for the second half. So the scoreline, as I've mentioned, is 6 goals to the London Elephants, 2 goals to the Northern All-Stars. They're looking at bringing themselves back into the game and putting their stamp back into the game as well. So we have one final half of day 1 of tournament number 3 of the Super Goalball League in the UK here. Where, as we've mentioned, we're in the beautiful sports centre of Oundle, the Oundle School. It's a beautiful facility that really tests and really helps these players, because the court is laid with a half-sprung wooden floor, or it might be a full-sprung wooden floor. Feels half-sprung to me, so it really accelerates the ball on. Michael Sharkey really got his hand over the ball for that third goal, and the one that really separated the teams out. As I mentioned, it is Lois out. We've got a delay of game penalty. Because our number... We've got a delay of game penalty because the wrong number was given to the table. So we've got an opening opportunity now for the London Elephants to extend the lead out to 5 goals. Emma tomorrow with a big opportunity to put herself into the game. She got her knee to it, but it went past her. Really nice effort there by Emma to try to keep that ball out the back of the net. So now it's time for the both teams to lock in again. That was a free opportunity, a free chance there. Northern All-Stars are going to be kicking themselves on that one. Ball is in the hands of Josh Murphy out on the left-hand wing. Ball is now in the hands of David Butler out on the right. Bouncing effort, trying to make him stamp into the game. Finds the hands of Michael Sharkey. Passes the ball out to the back centre of David Scott. Finds the legs of Caleb Nanevy, who's opted into the centre. Out to the right wing of David Butler. Forces the ball across the centre, finding the legs of Michael Sharkey. Bouncing effort. Josh Murphy against David Butler. Rotating, bouncing, trying to beat Josh Murphy down his post. Bouncing effort there. We've got a one-on-one battle at the moment. Emma Tomorrow has decided she's had enough of it. She wants to get herself involved. She's only had to defend a penalty so far, but then she's taking the ball out to her left wing, setting herself up, trying to beat David Scott down his line. David Scott sets himself up, rotating, big effort through the gap of Caleb Nanevy and Emma Tomorrow. Ball's on the left, Emma Tomorrow. The scoreline is 8 to the London Elephants, 2 to the Northern Allstars. I will readdress that. The scoreline is now 9 to the London Elephants, 9 to the London Elephants, 2 to the Northern All-Stars. Ball's in the centre with Caleb Nanevy bouncing the effort against Michael Sharkey. The ball is cold as a long ball. Whatever happens in this game currently, the Northern All-Stars, they do have firepower that they can get themselves back into the game, but it's just a very hard one to get themselves into. Really nice expert shot there by Josh Murphy. Puts the ball across Caleb Nanevy. The score is now 10 goals to 2 in favour of the London Elephants. Really nice block there by David Scott. Takes the ball onto his right post. Big effort. Finds Emma's chest. Ball gets blocked up and finds the back of the net. We have now changed from a scoreline of 4 to 6 at half time. We are now 11 to 2. We are 1 goal away from a mercy. So now it's time for Northern All-Stars team really to dig deep. We've got a substitution. So we've got David Butler leaving the field of play. Matt Loftus is re-entering the field of play after his medical substitution. We did hear at half-time that he's not now. They've stopped the bleeding. He is able to re-enter the court. In goalball, if you are bleeding, you're not allowed to be on the field of play. Like any sport, it is a risk of infection and also passing on to other players, passing on to the ball. So it is a safety precaution. It has been dealt with, and he's now being looked after. He's back on the court. The ball is in his hands. He goes out to the right post. So they've opted with Emma Tomorrow in the centre, Matt on the right, Caleb out on the left. So ball is in the hands of Josh Murphy. We are in a situation of 1 more goal from the London Elephants. It is a mercy. Really nice block there by Emma Tomorrow, reading the ball, catching it into her arms. Blocking effort there by David Scott. Bouncing effort from David Scott. Really backed up well by Caleb Nanevy and Matt Loftus. Caleb Nanevy opts to go out to the right post, trying to force the ball in the back of the net. Ball is in the hands of Josh Murphy out on his left wing. Bouncing straight across the centre of Emma Tomorrow. She settled herself into the centre. So now what the Northern All-Stars really need is they need a goal to get themselves back into the game and give themselves a cushion away from that one goal for a mercy. Matt Loftus with a really nice exchange and finds the fast return. Finds Josh Murphy's arms. Keeps the ball out of play. Michael Sharkey, quiet shot. Trying to settle it. Caelan Levy picks up the ball, tries a quick return. They're really trying to force the pace and force the tempo now with this Northern All-Stars team to try to get themselves a goal, get themselves a cushion away from the mercy rule. Ball's in the hands of David Scott, out on the right. Quick return from Caelan Levy. Finds the back centre with Michael Sharkey. Bouncing, spinny effort, bouncing across the court. Finds the hands, passes the ball off to the right hand post with Matt Loftus. Cut across the ball. Short cross court into the left hand pocket from the Northern All-Stars perspective. Ball's in the hands on the right hand post with David Scott. Rotating effort. Big, strong effort there. Ball gets blocked up in the hands of Matt Loftus. Finds the centre of Michael Sharkey. Big bouncing effort from Josh Murphy. Backed up well by Matt Loftus. Pushes the ball out. Comes out to the right hand pocket. Right hand wing. Across the centre. These lie straight into Michael Sharkey's repertoire of defensive play. Bouncing effort across the centre of Northern All-Stars. Emma passes the ball off to Caelan Levy in the back centre. Rotating effort, pushes the ball out towards the right hand pocket. Finds the pocket of Josh Murphy. London Elephants are in their groove defensively at the moment. They're not looking at trying to do anything too strenuous, trying to keep things legal and just keep things within the game. Matt Loftus with a beautiful straight line shot in the right hand pocket, so passes the ball off to David Butler. David Scott finds the back of the net. That means we've got London Elephants pushing themselves further up into cementing themselves into that 4th place. And we've also got Northern, so we've got our top 4 for tomorrow's fixtures. We've got Fenland Tigers in 1st place. We've got Northern All-Stars in 2nd place. Fen Tigers in 3rd place. And now London Elephants in 4th. So that is our teams in for the playoffs. Then we've got Birmingham, Winchester and All-Stars Angels into the 5th, 6th, 7th place games for tomorrow. So that concludes our day today in Hole A and the whole day today at the Super Elite Goalball in Oundle. Join us back tomorrow where we've got 4 fantastic games on the stream to